Alright, so this is Gremlin here with the Gremlin Gamer. I've attempted to make a modification to my headset, which hopefully has improved me being picked up by the microphone a little bit better. Seems like with time over the video it improves, but I'm not sure what's going on with that. So, as promised, we're here in Dragon's Crown. I do already have a character I've already started. She's level 4. We've only actually played through the first stage, and I'll probably play through it again just for some leveling up. But this game is a little unusual as far as how it sets up. So right now we're in kind of like the main hub area. This is usually where you start out when you start the game. You're basically in the tavern. Once again, this is very much influenced by Dungeons and Dragons, classic role-playing. So I already have my character, and obviously just like Borderlands, you've got different characters to choose from to play as. So you can have multiple characters going at any given time. You also are able to recruit allies, like basically you'll find bones that you can have resurrected, or if your ally dies, you can actually have them resurrected as well. I've currently got a level 3 character that's also a Amazon. Let's see. So you choose your character. We've already chosen our character, so then it goes to Leave Tavern.
You must deliver the royal scepter to the Prime Minister at the castle.
Kind of forgot what I was doing in regards to that, but... And then we got the Skeet character following behind us, and he'll actually follow us into the dungeons and collect loot for us. And even though we're in town, I can actually still attack, and if you hold the attack, you'll actually guard. So, actually I guess I should probably go over the characters real quick. I'm not going to make a really long video on the first one, just kind of go over the basics. Just for shits and giggles. So if I wanted to choose a new character, this is what we're working with. So you basically have 3 melee characters and 3 ranged characters, and kind of in classic Diablo fare, or even Baldur's Gate for that matter, playing as your ranged and magic users is usually the version of hard mode, because they're just trickier, at least until you get to later in the game. After you level them up, they can actually get to be really overpowered, from what I understand. But as far as your fighters, well, your melee guys, the first is your fighter. He's got basically top strength, good constitution, very low intelligence, low magic, decent dexterity, and decent luck. So he's basically just your tank. He uses a sword and shield, and he is designed to be the tank of the group, because this is also, once again, designed to be a multiplayer game. So each class plays a particular role in the party. Him being basically your tank. If you're just looking for an easy way to plow through the game, he's probably going to be your best option.
Alright!
Next we have the Amazon, who I tend to like. She's not quite as strong.
Let's
not quite as good constitution. She's a bit more average, but she has higher dexterity. So she's going to be a lot faster than the fighter. She's got good jumping and aerial attacks. Her weapon is a big poleaxe, so she does have slightly better range than him as well. So as it describes, tough female warrior wields a mighty axe. Her damage and speed increases the more she attacks.
Let's do this!
The fighter, a combat specialist, unleashes quick attacks using a sword and defends with a shield.
Ready!
Okay!
And then last of our up-close fighters is our dwarf. His rock-solid body and hammer strikes fear into the hearts and bodies of foes. He can also throw opponents and ejects. So once again, top tier strength, top tier constitution. In fact, he's probably even got better defense than the fighter in that regard. Lowest intelligence, so you're not going to get a lot of magic use out of him. Decent dexterity and okay luck. Then, as far as our ranged fighters, first we have our elf, Archer. Master Archer moves swiftly. She is well-rounded character. She's a little bit easier, although you don't have infinite arrows. You actually do need to stock up on arrows and try and collect arrows as you fight. Otherwise, she's kind of helpless. So she's actually got pretty decent strength, not the greatest constitution, good intelligence, top tier dexterity as an archer, of course.
We're going.
And we have our sorceress. Once again, as you'd expect, not particularly strong or good constitution, but she has high intelligence, top tier magic, good dexterity, of which she controls magical forces at her whim. She has high magic defense and good support magic. And then we lastly have our wizard. So once again, very low strength constitution, but high intelligence, magic, dexterity. Male magician who's mastered a variety of offensive spells. So basically, he's going to be your more offensive driven magic user. She's going to be your more defensive driven magic user. Me personally, I would recommend getting more attuned to the game by using one of the melee characters, and once you get a better grasp of the game, then you can kind of change up who you want to use.
My turn.
So we're going to go with her for now.
You must deliver the royal scepter to the Prime Minister at the castle.
So we have different places we can go here. We'll just do this.
Once again, you are led to the throne room under guard. This time, a man stands there with a presumptuous grin. The man tells you to hand over the scepter. You tell him that you don't know what he's talking about. The man's mouth transforms into a twisted grin, and he signals his guards. They inch closer, swords at the ready. What will you do? You fall into a fighting stance. As soon as you steel yourself for battle, the Prime Minister and Princess burst in. The Prime Minister orders the guards near you to stand down. The man twirls his cape and leaves, as if nothing happened. You sigh, relieved that you didn't have to shed blood in the castle to resolve the problem. The Prime Minister tells you that man was Count Dean, the younger brother of the king. He is trying to usurp the throne. The scepter indicates the throne's heir. The Prime Minister says Dean had Tommet steal it to deny the princess the throne. The Prime Minister takes the scepter and narrows his eyes in satisfaction. He pays you for completing the request. The fairy you saved in the ruins appears before you. She seems to want to take you somewhere. The fairy leads you into an old ivy-covered tower. You find yourself in a cluttered room that seems to be a laboratory. Judging by the stratification of dust, much time has passed since anyone last entered this room. Letters amidst the shambles indicate that a magician named Lucane lives here. You find a message he penned on the desk. Lucane wrote that he was off to see a magician friend named Wallace in the underground labyrinth. The fairy uses various interpretive gestures to indicate that she wants you to find him. You accept her job request. You head to Wallace's underground labyrinth to look for the magician Lucane.
probably a little bit more than I'm ready for. So we're gonna just go to the first dungeon, just so I can kind of demonstrate how these
Many
sequences play out.
things lie within the ruins of the old Elysian temple. Some quiescent, some far less so. An ancient dragon spoken of in myths is said to have destroyed the Elysian civilization in one night.
Outstanding.
My ally just decided to join us, so that's kind of cool. So, with your left cursor, you actually have the ability to control this. And when you aim at certain things, you'll find loot and treasure. Some things are more obvious, but it just helps to just kind of scan around the environment. Also, you'll come across chests that are locked, and that's where a little thief friend here comes in handy. So you'll want to point at those things that are locked and forget which button you press, but basically it'll get him to go and unlock them. But he will go hiding if there's any enemies about, so you can't really do that until you cleared the area. And there's plenty of stuff to destroy and plenty of loot to find. Usually when you see like these kind of markings right here, there's usually something hidden, but not this time. There we go. Trying to figure out which button to get him to do this.
It's my turn.
There we go.
Done.
Huh?
I believe food heals you in this game, like a lot of games, and what's cool is your characters will automatically just eat when they grab food. Which I guess is kind of par for the course. It's what a lot of old school games do. So yeah, I just got that. Oops. So apparently you can hurt yourself if you get in the way of falling debris.
Oh, I can do that.
Sometimes you'll see a little blinking over here too that gives you a hint that there's something worth getting.
Voila!
And there's weapons you can pick up, like crossbows. Sometimes your ally will pick them up. You'll also have rooms like this.
I got it. Simple.
The Orc army is apparently getting here via the waterway. Their cargo is various articles from ships that have been reported missing.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's my turn. Voila!
Oh. I do kind of wish you could use the D-pad to control with, but you use it to go through your inventory to use items. It's just double tapping makes you dash, and it's not always the easiest thing to do with the analog stick.
They're here!
Outstanding. Let's see. Done.
And watch out for booby traps.
Please.
What?
And so those bones I just collected are actually the bones of an adventurer that I can revive at the temple back in town and basically gain myself another ally. So I guess the first of the bones I collected was for Luna here, and although it's not bad having another character of the same class, it can get a little confusing, and you got a lot of stuff going on screen and you'll lose track of which character you are. So it does help to maybe have a different character class for your ally, but I've got her for the time being, so I'm not going to be picky about it.
Enemies!
And it is possible to get disarmed as well, and then you gotta go pick up your weapon again. So you have to be aware of that. And almost kind of a throwback to like an old fighting game like Samurai Showdown. If you get disarmed, it's way harder to actually attack and defend. You won't do as much damage, and you'll take a lot of damage.
Come at me! There seem to be more nests similar to this one spread throughout the area. You exit the area, taking care to avoid drawing the attention of any other harpies.
So once you clear a dungeon, you'll come back here, and it looks like we leveled up, which is cool, and got some skill points as well. And we got spoils. Now this is where things get tricky. You have two options when you're going through your spoils here. You have the sell price, which you can just sell as is, or you can appraise it. And I think appraising costs you money. Typically with like this, if it's like rank E, it's probably not worth appraising. You're probably better off just selling it as is. But if you got something that say even maybe rank C or higher, you definitely want to spend the money to appraise it, because it'll either be something really useful that you can use, or it'll actually be worth more when you do sell it. So this one here, don't want to appraise it. We do want to sell it. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. This one we want to appraise because it looks like it's going to be pretty freaking good. And we will take it. And it looks like we got a bow that would actually be good to put on an ally if we recruit ourselves an archer elf. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. And like most of these types of games, not only do you get different ratings, rarity, but also the durability. I think in this game too, your weapons actually degrade with time and they'll break. Kind of forgot about that. And they do have level requirements too, so this one you have to be at least level 4 to equip it. And then you have usually some random stat bonuses. So this one's giving me a plus to dexterity as well as weapon degradation down to 24%. So its durability will hold up longer. Where this one here gives me power smash damage goes up. And this is actually a accessory, so we're not really equipping that. Then we got us some boots. Another boot. Right now we want to upgrade to this sight. Already got some good work boots, it looks like. Oh well. Unbroken Guardian boots. Stun resistance boots. This is a little confusing. Chance of ice retribution 5. Okay. These give me stun resistance, which I think is probably better. Gives me 4 defense for sure. Trapper's Gospel Ring. It's kind of confusing. Okay, hold on. Okay, so those are equipped. I guess I already have that equipped as well. That doesn't make any sense. Why do I have 2 axes equipped? So, even though these are rare, they're lower level, lower defense. Okay. Potions. Okay, so we have skills and abilities too we can unlock. Stun wave, dive attack, critical shockwave, berserk attack, and enemy multiple times consecutively for increased attack power and speed. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I was thinking there was a skill tree thing you could use here. It says I've got 3. You know what it is? I think I have to go to the guild to use skill points. Like I said, it's been a while since I have done this.
You're back.
Alright, so we have 2 different skills sets you can work from. So you have common, which are basically just skills common to all classes, and then you have class-specific skills. So this is the end of the common skills. Slide attack. It's going to be level 5. Increases chance of taking enemy down when sliding. Wealth to health. Pick up coins to recover HP. That's useful. Money as power. Picking up coins adds to your score. Increase your max HP. Just a straight up vitality boost. Increases the healing effectiveness of food. That's a chance using temporary weapon will increase the number of uses. Basically get like a free shot with your weapon. Reduces cooldown between using items. Increases the number of times you can use your aid in a row. see what we have in the Amazon skills here. So, we've already got that one. Next splitter, double jump for a diving attack that's effective against downed enemies. You can attack them while they're on the ground. Deadly revolution, increases direction change and damage for mid-air attacks. Power smash and its shockwaves are strengthened. Let's see. I think that's a pretty good one to spend on. We got one more point. So yeah, you can't go wrong with stuff that's going to keep you alive, I think.
Welcome to my shop. What would you like? So I think that's all we're going to do in this video. I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of an introduction, and I honestly want to spend a little more time with this to get a better grip on how the game works before I go into any more elaborate details in the video, because otherwise I'm just kind of figuring this out for myself. Like I said, I've played around with this game on and off several times over the years, but I've never really got to just deep dive into it because I didn't really understand it. Once again, it's just kind of a loot-based game, and that being said, those types of games, you're going to basically find yourself going into the same dungeons multiple times and just level grinding for the most part to get more resources, materials, better weapons, better armor, accessories, so on and so forth. Because if you get into the harder dungeons before you're ready, you will get destroyed. I do know that for a fact. That's how I got ruined the first time. Because I thought, oh, we'll just go to the next level. I'm level 5. Nope. Got beat up pretty good. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll be doing some more Dragon's Crown in the future. Thanks. Bye.